Whoa, look at that. The VR headset just came. Let's see what's going on here. A little
Take
challenge.
the challenge to see Jesus.
I'm down for a challenge.
You have 5 seconds to self-destruct. 4.
Whoa, okay,
3,
this thing's about to go on
2,
us. I'm getting rid of it
1.
now. Wow, dude. What? Hey, I'm gonna take a challenge. I'm gonna need some help. Look at that. All right, well, that was my attempt at acting to get your attention here and everything, but really, this is the book I just wrote, and we're just trying to make a little splash that it just came out. And it is simply an introduction, a reintroduction, as if you've never read the New Testament or the Gospels or anything before. Would you be willing to take a risk and start over like you've never heard about Jesus and get rid of all the layers of different things that you've heard or thought and religious tradition and church stuff and people that have made you mad or whoever else, whatever else might be blinding you or putting some kind of confusion to your mind of what Jesus is? Just like a virtual reality headset gives you a picture of a whole nother world and other people don't see it. When you start seeing Jesus, it's going to be a whole nother world. Now, I'm not saying you haven't, but you haven't seen him yet as much as you need to. I haven't seen him yet as much as I need to. But this is about refocusing our purpose. What life is about is seeing Jesus. It's not about your church's program, your choir, or who's preaching, or who sings so well, or all of those other things that church and Christianity become about. It's about Jesus. And so if you want, I'm going to just read to you the introduction, but this book is free. And if you want to just skip past this video and go get the book and check it out and not listen to me read it, that's your choice. You can go to seeing.jesusin2020.com. Should be a button you can click here somewhere, but seeing.jesusin2020.com. And you can either type that in your browser or click on that, go there and download the free book. And then there's also the opportunity for you to get the audiobook and to get the print version as well for free if you want to qualify for that, and let your friends know about it as well. So here's the introduction to it though. Have you lived through those moments where nothing made sense, when life had not gone as planned? Perhaps you were searching for God, but it felt he was playing hard to catch. I've faced dark times in life. A smile on my face and a frown in my heart. You've been there too. So had Cleo. Cleo's whole world caved in around him. Everything he had worked for, prayed for, and focused on came crashing down into a meaningless mess. Tears, anger, blame, questions. It was all there. Lies, abuse, government cover-ups. Such a maddening twist of fate. Cleo was not alone in his grief and shock. His wife, Mary, was reeling too. She had witnessed the murder firsthand, up close. This husband and wife decided to walk away from it all. We just need to get some space, she said, trying to forget the bloody scene as they walked together. Sometimes that's all you can do when you can't make sense of things. Stepping back can give you perspective. It was a crisp spring day. The honey butter scents of the almond tree blossoms lured in bees that hummed as they gathered the nectar. If the birds were singing, the two on foot were not listening. They didn't even hear the footsteps of another person out for a stroll as he approached them. Mind if I accompany you? He asked. Cleo shrugged. I'm not sure we're good company, but yeah, you're good. What are you discussing? You both look so sad. Cleo replied, you must be the only person staying in Jerusalem who hasn't heard about the things that happened this weekend. What things? The newcomer asked. Cleopas explained, the things about Jesus from Nazareth. He began to describe the story to the unknown traveler. The religious leaders had plotted his murder and succeeded. We were hoping that Jesus was the one who had set Israel free from oppression. It is also real, though. For 3 years, we knew Jesus and talked with him almost every day. Now, for 3 days, we've been trying to handle life without him. Tell him about this morning, Mary said, knowing it was not polite for a Jewish woman to speak to a man she did not know. Cleo obliged her. Some of the women, who are followers of his like us, say they saw angels who told them Jesus is alive. A couple of our guys checked out the scene at the tomb and found it empty, and they didn't see Jesus. Now sad himself, the traveler looked at them and sighed. He muttered, so thick-skulled and slow to believe. He began to explain how and why the Anointed One had to suffer these things. Using the scriptures by the prophets and Moses, he explained it all. After 2 hours of walking and talking, their heads and hearts had grown full, but their bellies empty. We've reached our destination, Cleo explained, pointing to the little village. This is Emmaus. Well, it was nice visiting with you, the traveler said. Please, won't you come in and eat with us? The man invited. You can stay here for the night and continue tomorrow when you've had a good rest. We enjoyed hearing what you had to say. The stranger accepted the invite. Later, they let him do the honors of speaking the blessing and breaking the loaf of bread for the meal. He had done this with them often. Cleo's and Mary's eyes opened. At that moment, they saw Jesus. Mary exclaimed, "Jesus!" Cleopas gasped, and Jesus disappeared. Well, that's just 3 pages in, and the introduction goes on a little bit more than that. But that's just a little taste of what the book's like. I encourage you, just go download it for free. It's not going to put you at any risk. And check that out. It might be something that changes your life. You can read in the description there some of the comments of different ones who've already read the book and what it's doing in their life. And I believe it's going to make a difference in yours. So go check it out and begin seeing Jesus.